Welcome back. I'm your host, Leslie Cottle, and you are listening to This Empowered Life podcast, the podcast delivering tools, knowledge, and wisdom to empower the soul. Today's episode is a very special episode. If you've ever felt lost, confused, or crazy, this episode was made for you and me in mind. Keep on listening to hear about how I overcame feeling lost. So the best piece of wisdom that anyone ever shared with me was the sentence, "You're not lost." And at the time, I had felt absolutely crazy, lost, out of my mind. I was even having a physical reaction to feeling lost. My body felt like it was separating into two. And this woman so calmly, so clearly, just looked at me and said, "You're not lost. You're not lost at all." And when someone tells you something true, when you're believing something false, it pokes a little hole in the story that you're telling yourself, and you essentially have no choice but to start creating a new reality, incorporating this new truth that you've gained into your life. And I cannot tell you how right she was. She was so right. So let's talk about choosing to believe that you're lost. And I'm saying choosing on purpose because I believe that you know who you are. You might be afraid of who you are. You might be afraid of what you want. You might be afraid of other people's reactions. You might think, how am I ever going to accomplish this? You might think you're not worthy enough. You might think many things. But don't for one moment fool yourself by telling yourself that you might be lost. And I hope that you're laughing a little bit at the absurdity of the lie that everyone at some point tells themselves. I'm lost, I'm confused, I'm crazy. It's kind of funny because in reality what's happening is that we're just telling ourselves this story so we can avoid the truth of who we are. We tell ourselves we're lost so we can put a little bit more time and space in between fully owning who it is that we are. So I would invite you to say to yourself, I'm not lost. I know exactly who I am, and I am just scared because. And whatever comes after because, I want you to write down every single thing about why you're scared, about why you don't want to do it. Because all of those things, all of those reasons are really the gems or the true gifts of being honest with yourself. They're telling you exactly what you need to heal to overcome or come to terms with the reality of the way that things are. They're literally lighting up the path for you, showing you the way to go forward. And going forward isn't always comfortable. So write down every single thing. I don't care how ridiculous it seems. If you're thinking it, just write it down. And after you put every single thing possible on this page, I'm going to tell you exactly how to heal this so quickly. The way that we do this is we get a witness. We have someone witness our process, our absurdity, the things that scare us. And it doesn't mean that those things aren't real. It's just when you have a witness, they become less real. So you're going to call someone that you trust. You're going to tell them, I don't want any advice. I just want someone to hear me, to witness me. I want to declare who I am, what I'm being called to. And they're going to say, okay, cool. I'm so happy that you chose me for this. I agree to holding this space for you. I agree to witness you, and I love you. And after that, you are going to tell them exactly who you are, exactly what you're being called to do, and you're going to tell them every single fear, every single worry, and everything, including all the emotions and fears that are coming as you're declaring your truth. You're going to let them know every single thing. And in this moment, you're going to realize how easy it was to be you in that moment. And in this process, you're going to be claiming all of you. energetically showing up and arriving to full ownership of who you are. And by the end of this call, you will not be lost by the end of it. You're going to see that you are never lost to begin with. And this is the most direct and immediate way to feel aligned and empowered that I know of. So I hope that this helps. And I'd really love to hear about what happens when you do this. So feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or email through my website, which both are in the show notes. I love you so, so much. Tune in Tuesdays for more yummy and soulful episodes. If you love what you're hearing and want to support the podcast, please follow and rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple to help new listeners find us. To find out more about my coaching and healing practice, head over to my website, www.lesliecottle.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.